Ladies, we are here tonight on the no. And tonight we have a bunch of news. We also have Monday Night Raw recap here tonight on a Tuesday here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go with the big story, and that is Jon Moxley, as it was announced over the weekend, I believe. He hopped in his wife's podcast, The Session, hosted by, of course, Renee Papuckett. Pretty interesting. They actually went through with the interview, knowing that now they both work with AEW. But I don't know if they got the green light. I don't know when it comes to that podcast if she's allowed to do whatever she wants. I think WWE sometimes they do have to ask for permission, especially when they're going to have another WWE wrestler on it. So I don't know if Tony Khan gave them any type of green light or they just did this like by themselves. But they leaked out a lot of stuff. It starts pretty much a bunch of shit was that. So I'm just going to read you a bunch of things Jon Moxley says. I'm going to do a bunch of reading right now. I ain't a nerd. I ain't talking books, but I will educate you right now. And I quote, "I don't want to get dragged into this dumb shit. I could fucking unload a lot of fucking people right now. And when I start getting dragged into this shit, it tempts me to do that. But I'm not going to fucking sink to that level." And then he goes on, "So even me being in this room and offering and agreeing to a storyline that puts you over the pay-per-view, if anything, I am bending over backwards for Tony Khan and for this dude, CM Punk." Said he had a meeting with CM Punk and Tony Khan, and he didn't even have a contract, and he still agreed to do the match and lose a title at All Out to CM Punk after going the entire summer without a contract. He was just verbally, wrestling for Tony Khan, but I'm not sure if he was getting paid all those months, but he definitely didn't have a contract, supposedly most of the summer. He said he was actually in Tennessee, Nashville, the weekend of SummerSlam, and he said if I really wanted to, I could have walked into that arena with the AEW World Championship if I really wanted to. They had no legal rights over me. I wasn't signed to the company for all those months. And then he goes on to say, this is where it says it. "I was not under AEW contract, no contract, free agent. I was at SummerSlam weekend wrestling Despacito and shit. The day of SummerSlam, I could have walked into SummerSlam that night with the AEW fucking belt. I had been so inclined." That would have been crazy, man. I don't know if somehow Tony Khan could have maybe done something since he was walking in with his world champion. I don't know, but the title. But he, as far as Jon Moxley goes, he can't do anything because he didn't have him under contract. Jesus Christ. I think that's what happened with Cody Rhodes too last year in the beginning, and that's what led to Cody Rhodes eventually leaving and going to WWE. I don't know why Tony Khan does this. He has these guys work without a contract. Vince McMahon, I know sometimes he'll sign guys for 3 months. And then if he's like when he's seen another 3 months, but no contract at all. Jesus Christ, man, what the fuck? And then this is the final one. I think I will say this as an observer. It seems like I spent 8 years on the Indies, then a couple of years in NXT, and 8 years on WWE main roster. I have never seen so much bullshit drama in one place. AEW and AEW is my fucking life. So he said he loves AEW. He said it's the best company he's ever been with, but at the same time, there's so much drama on that company. And I believe a lot of it is because these guys don't fear Tony Khan. I think they like Tony Khan. I think they respect him, but I think they don't fear him. They're not afraid of him. And I think that's why everybody kind of does all this drama. That's why I say maybe Tony Khan needs to maybe back off a little bit and focus more maybe on being more of an executive and having a Eric Bischoff type of guy. I don't know who you could get to be a little bit more intimidating the wrestlers like, oh, we better be careful, right? We don't want to go at this guy. And now they still might. I mean, Vince McMahon, a lot of people were intimidated, but still he had guys go at him. This guy would go at him. But I don't know. I just feel Tony Khan is too much of a pushover. And these guys don't respect him. That's why there's so much drama in AEW. But I think that's it with the whole like the important quotes. Obviously, the entire interview is it's on the sessions, the Renee Papuckett YouTube channel. So go watch it if you want to watch the entire thing. But yeah, man, pretty good shit. Again, I don't even know if they asked Tony Khan for permission or they just did the interview by themselves. But it's there, man. A lot of shit's in there by Jon Moxley. The biggest thing being that he wasn't even signed to AEW for most of the summer. That is crazy, man. But anyways, let's move along with some other news. I think the ratings came out for Rampage and SmackDown. I believe SmackDown got 2.2 million views, and Rampage got 373,000 views, which that is not good because they were on Saturday, but they were at 10 o'clock. The Saturday show that's going to start in the summer, I think it's going to be like at 7. So I guess it's, you can't really go too much about it because it is going to be about 3-hour differences. The show for the summer that they plan to start on Saturday night is going to be on 7. This was at 10 o'clock. But I believe they got better rankings when they did last Friday when they went on at 10 o'clock or whatever it was, 11 o'clock. This time going on a Saturday, they probably had to compete with. Remember last Saturday we had March Madness. We had the fight, the boxing fight between Cel Plant and David Benavidez. So that was probably part of the reason they struggle with it. And that's the thing with going on Saturdays, right? You better have a good show, like a fucking pay-per-view. If you're gonna have some weekly ass 1-hour shit, you're gonna get smashed on Saturday nights. Whether it's dealing with basketball, football, a boxing fight, a UFC fight, you are going to get crushed if you don't put up a loaded packed show on a Saturday night, man. Tony Khan needs, he better, if he thinks Rampage is bad, this Saturday is just going to go to a complete shithole, having to compete with college football, boxing and UFC. Now, again, I think he will kind of avoid the whole boxing and UFC because it will be at 7. So, but this time slot, he did probably have to compete a little bit with the David Benavidez fight, being that he didn't go live until 10 o'clock. But he's going to have to compete with college football. If there's a good basketball game on, if there's a good baseball game on, especially in the playoffs. So he better book this shit good. Anyways, let's go. Today was Kirk Henning's birthday. Happy birthday to him. Let's see. Let's continue to go down on this. So we do have some. So one of the Young Bucks, Matt Jackson, is hurt. Wow, that is terrible news, man. Matt Jackson is hurt. I don't know if he's going to be able to recover. Remember, a lot of rumors going around that's going to be like an 8-man tag team match for Double or Nothing. Adam Page, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks. It's probably not even going to happen anymore because of all the drama with CM Punk. It was rumored to be CM Punk, Jon Moxley, Willer Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli, but now it's probably not going to happen. I don't see CM Punk coming back at all, man. He made it worse with that Instagram post last week, too. Anyways, they're saying Matt Jackson's injured. I just heard that it was a partially torn bicep, and it happened in the match that they had in Canada, the Awesome Winnipeg match. It apparently happened early in the match, and he worked the whole match through it. What a tough guy is Matt Jackson. Partially torn. I think that's similar to what Cody Rhodes just had over the summer last year. I don't think it's completely tear though, so I don't know. But I don't think he's going to be able to wrestle a double or nothing with that shit. Oh, my Lord. Well, let's see where they go from here, man. If that match was trying to get planned, that 8-man tag team match, it's probably not going to happen anymore. Between CM Punk's drama and now Matt Jackson getting hurt, it's probably not going to happen anymore. We'll see. We'll see where they go from here. Anyways, speedy recovery to Mr. Matt Jackson. Let's see here. Let's strolling through the freaking news here tonight on a Tuesday. Let's see. Just going to Monday Night Raw, but I'll get to Monday Night Raw at the end of the episode. Yes, I am a professional. So Cody Rhodes pretty much saying that this was a huge gamble for him, just almost as huge as starting AEW with Tony Khan and that first show, all in back in May of 2019. He said, when I left my former employee or gig, whatever, to come back to WWE, it was far bigger gamble than All In ever was. That's why I get these All In vibes when I think about WrestleMania, because I certainly could have been the laughing stock of the industry. Yeah, because now he's by himself, right? Where with All In, he was with Tony Khan and all these guys, Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks. They were gonna fail as a group if they failed. Here, he was gonna fail by himself, especially after already helping create probably the second biggest wrestling company in the world in AEW. He would have been like he would have looked like a major pendejo if he wouldn't have not had gotten over in WWE, man. And this motherfucker is over big. Like, he is. I mean, I thought that John Cena endorsement and supposedly hanging him the torch a few weeks ago, I thought that was big. I think he's gonna be the next champion, man. I really do. I believe it. We'll see what happens. Is it possible it does not happen at WrestleMania? Maybe, but I will believe there would be a rematch, maybe at Saudi Arabia for King of the Ring, if they would do it there. Like, if it doesn't happen at WrestleMania because they want Roman to hit 1,000 days, it's probably going to happen at King of the Ring in May in Saudi Arabia. But it's probably going to happen. This guy's probably going to. It's probably just not a matter of when he's going to be the next WWE World Champion, and that's on the Big Daddy, not the little one. Anyways, man. Let's see here. So this is Wade Keller talking about the CM Punk situation, about him having a chance to get back to AEW. The sentiment is CM Punk's not welcome back. The wrestlers don't want him back. The vast majority of the wrestlers don't want him back. Maybe one or two of the top third of the roster would want him back. And then there's some younger guys who like them. I think when he refers to 1 and 2, I think he's talking about Dash and Harder, the freaking FTR. I think those are the only ones that like CM Punk, man. So it looks like he's not going to come back. Like I said, Jon Moxley has told Tony Khan if he comes back, he walks out of the company. We saw how frustrated Jon Moxley seems to be. And after that interview he did with his wife, Renee, I don't think he's going to come back. I just think too many people hate him. Let's see here. Still working on that WrestleMania stage, man. They've been doing it for almost a week now. They're still working on it. It's not done yet. I'm sure it's gonna be. I'm sure latest by Thursday, Friday, it'll be done. But pretty excited to see what they cook up, man, for WrestleMania. Bianca Belair says she will have a special entrance She said, I had TCU banned last year, bring me out. And I'm like, wow, how can I possibly top that? I have something planned and it's very sentimental to me. So Bianca, I think this was on the Kevin Nash podcast. So Bianca Belair, so good. The champion Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Roman Reigns. They're gonna get that big entrance. They always get the champions. I think that's the luxury of walking into maybe the challenger, but for sure the champion gets to have a big ass entrance. That's one of the luxuries of getting to WrestleMania as champion. That you do. It's almost a guarantee you do get a not like the mid carders, but like the world champions, like Roman Reigns, Bianca Belair, and Charlotte. They're gonna get a cool entrance. Let's see. What are we doing here? This thing keeps rotating back. Oh, let's see here. So Edge talking about some of the ideas he has for that Hell in a Cell match with Finn Balor. I have some pretty extra stupid ideas. Well, if they let me try them, they probably won't, but we'll see. So he's talking. So we'll see what he means by that. Supposedly they're gonna fly in Ruggle, and he's gonna have a spot with Damian Priest. So we'll see what they do, man. We'll see. They are saying they are going to go back to the silver Hell in a Cell. They're no longer going to use that red one. That's good. That red one looks stupid. I'm happy they're going to do the other one, man. Let's see here. All right, let's open up this article over here. Carmelo Hayes says he would love to wrestle Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 40 next year. Seth Rollins, I feel like there's anybody that I find as similar to me or my style that would mesh well with in the ring with, it'd be Seth Rollins. So we'll see. Maybe next year. Hey, dream on, kid. We'll see next year, Carmelo. Kelly's gonna have a kid. Congratulations to Kelly for having a baby. Let's see here. All right, I think that's it. Well, we have one more article to open probably, and then we'll call it a night. So Ronda Rousey over the weekend complained about how her feud with Liv Morgan could have been a lot better, but she like a lot of these older writers, they only waste about 5 times of energy and effort on trying to create something, and they don't put enough effort, so they don't know like if she's starting to critique the Triple H people. Apparently, a lot of women are not very happy with the way the storylines have gone leading into WrestleMania. Like Asuka and Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley and Charlotte. Ronda Rousey, obviously, she's not happy with what's going on. They're saying that Triple H was so good in NXT with the women's division, and that he hasn't been that good and on the main roster with the women's division. So perhaps the first people to start criticizing Triple H, Ronda Rousey, and apparently another few of the women wrestlers, the lack of storyline that there's been with the women's division the last few months, and especially now leading into WrestleMania. Look, I look at these, I like at this card, and like there's maybe 3-4 matches that have a good storyline. obviously the two bloodline matches, right? The tag team match, the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the world champion. And then after that, you look at maybe Dominic versus Mysterio. That's been a good storyline. That's been almost a year in the book. I think it started last year, right? I believe in September when Dominic turned heel on his father and joined the Judgment Day. And then I think Finn Balor versus Edge, right? That storyline too's been going on for months. It actually started last year, if you remember, when Damian Priest came out and helped Edge beat AJ Styles at WrestleMania, which, to me, it should have been Damian Priest versus Edge to finish the storyline. They're the ones that started exactly at WrestleMania 38, finished the storyline at WrestleMania 39. But outside of those four matches, everything else has just not really been that good. I don't know. I think it's hard. I think there's over 10 matches. I think somebody said 13 matches. Not everything's going to have a good storyline. So I don't know, man. I think it's hard to have 13 matches and all of them have a great storyline. But it is kind of bad, I guess, that it's only 4 out of 13. Maybe if it was maybe 5, 7, at least half of the card. But the fact that there's 13 matches and only truly 4 have a good storyline, it is kind of bad, I guess. But yeah, I mean, Ronda Rousey really the first one, at least publicly, to criticize Triple H. Ever since he took over creative, or at least supposedly took. I think he does have control over mostly creative. I do think Vince has a say in some things, but I think Triple H does have a good amount of creative power. So we'll see if Triple H reacts in some way and starts booking the women's division better after WrestleMania. We'll see, man. But anyways, let's see if there's any more stuff going on. All right, I think we're done with the news. We are ready for Monday Night Raw recap. What was it? March 27, 2023. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. This show is predictable, not that good, because I feel like a lot of the wrestlers were not even there. Even the Austin Theory empty arena shit, maybe Rhea Ripley backstage promo. I feel like they weren't. Maybe was that film last week, possibly. So let's go. I kind of felt bad for the fan. Although they did get some good stuff. They got to see Brock Lesnar, and they got to see Trish and Lita with Becky Lynch. You got to see a great main event match between Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa. There was some good stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, let's go. So the Miz starts it off with Miz TV. His guest is Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus, and Lita. Right off the bat, Becky Lynch makes the tiny boss joke. Miz is like, no, I have massive balls. After Maurice, like, well, good to know Maurice didn't get around much. That joke came kind of old, but whatever. Then Damage Control comes out. They just have I thought it was going to eventually, break out into a brawl between all 6 women, but they just have a verbal thing and argument and Becky Lynch. I thought it was going to be over and when we had our steel cage match. I thought it was going to be over when we had that match at Survivor Series. I thought it was going to be over when we beat you for the tag team titles. I thought it was going to be over when we had the what is that match called they had at Survivor Series? The 2 cage match. I can't Worlds Collide, whatever the fuck it was called. I forgot what that match was called. Battleground. Well, anyways, whatever. She thought it was gonna be over. It's not over, so it must end at WrestleMania. And then they just all drop the microphones down and they're just staring at each other. And that's it. They just go to commercial. I'm like, can you at least have a brawl or something and have the security and referees come out to try to get us more excited for the show? Like, come on, man. Anyway, or the match, whatever. We go War Games. There you go. I beg your pardon. That's the match called that they had at Survivor Series. War Games. Anyways, so the next day, I actually do have a match. Becky Lynch ends up having a match with Io. Good match, I guess. Io did have a good outing here tonight, but at the end, obviously, Becky Lynch won the match with the manhandle slam. That was pretty much it with that. And then we have, let's see here, what was next? Seth Rollins backstage does an interview. He gets interrupted by Mustafa Ali. He ends up challenging him to a match. And obviously, Logan Paul's not there, so they had to get something for Seth Rollins to do. And I guess that's what they found out for him to fight Mustafa Ali. So that's the next match coming up. Seth Rollins versus Mustafa Ali. Obviously, Seth Rollins wins pretty easily. After the match, he does a promo saying, Logan Paul, I finally get my hands on you this weekend after you cost me the chance to win the Royal Rumble. You cost me the chance to win the Olympic Chamber, and you have cheap shot at me twice. It all comes back full circle, and I'm going to ruin your birthday by beating you and shit like that. So that was pretty much it. And then we go on to we got a weigh-in between Brock Lesnar and Omos. Omos weighs in at 410 pounds. And then Brock Lesnar comes out. He doesn't even do the weigh-in. He just comes in and attacks Omos. He tries to clothesline him a few times, and he just can't quite get him down. And then eventually, Omos just hits him with a big boot right in the face. Brock Lesnar rolls out of the ring, and he just leaves. I thought he was going to try to get back in the ring, and again, maybe have the security try to break it up, but nope. After a few attempts, like a few shoulder tackles and a few clotheslines, he sees he can't get him down, and then Omos just hit him with a big boot. He just walks away. This match would be a little bit more special if Omos was still undefeated and he would have not lost at last year to Braun Strowman. But because he already lost, it doesn't feel as special. But what the fuck happened? Oh boy. Hold on, guys. It took me out of my website. Oh boy. But yeah, man, it would feel more special if Omos was still undefeated to me, man. It would feel a lot more special. Anyway, let's move along. Rhea Ripley does a promo on Charlotte backstage. I don't even know if she was in the arena. That might have been filmed last week. Finn Balor does a promo backstage, and he says, I'm going to bring the demons with me. And then, the demon shows up, at least in half of his face. And then we have an 8-man tag team match. This was really fun. It was the Street Profits and Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Alpha Academy, the Viking Raiders. It was a really good, fun match, man. At the end, the Street Profits and Braun Strowman and Ricochet win. Really good match, man. The final move was Braun Strowman standing right over the turnbuckle, the top rope, and Montez Ford jumping over. What is Braun Strowman, like 6'9", jumping over him and landing on. That was a great finish, man. Great ass finish, man. He landed on Eric Ibar, I believe. That was a great finish. Good match, man. Austin Theory does a promo in an empty arena because he doesn't care about the fans. He's only doing this for himself. He pretty much says that he's gonna embarrass John Cena. He said, I'm gonna break all the hearts of your supporters by beating you, man. And you don't believe in me, but you're gonna have no choice but to believe in me after WrestleMania. John Cena tweeted a picture of him winning the title at WrestleMania 20, and then he kind of photoshopped winning the title again this year. So a lot of people are saying that he might win it and then lose it the next night in an open challenge. I don't know about that. Let's see here. So then we get a tag team match qualifying for the Fatal 4-Way Women's match. I don't know what happened. Is Carmella hurt? I don't know what's going on. There goes that team of Carmella and Chelsea Green. Last week it was Piper Niven. This week it's Sonya Deville, the replacement. Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville versus Candice LeRae and Mitch. Man, this match sucked ass. I'm sorry. Probably the worst match of the night. Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, when they qualify, I think that they're the final team for the Fatal 4-Way match. So then we get Dominic and Damian Priest in a match. They do a promo. Dominic just says, I wish Eddie Guerrero was my father. I wish Rey Mysterio would have never existed. How can you hit your own son? He's manipulating the whole situation. Like, you're really a deadbeat dad if you hit your own son and shit like that. And then he starts talking in Spanish about saying how his dad is jealous of him because he's more handsome and taller than him. That was hilarious. So I by the way, I thought that was the first time I heard him really speak in Spanish. I was kind of wondering, does he know how to speak Spanish? And he speaks it fluently. So that's good because Vince loves these Mexican guys or these Latino guys to talk in Spanish. And he did a long, probably a 2-minute promo in Spanish. So that was good. I don't think we've never seen that from him, fully speak Spanish and show the fans that he can fluently speak Spanish. So I thought that was a good little touch by them, having him do a short little promo in Spanish. It's gonna really get the Mexican or the Latino community to start maybe support him a little bit more, just because of the single fact that he's Latino. That's something they lacked in so many years, probably, right? Other than Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero, they really struggle with getting Latino guys. So then he has a match with Rey Mysterio. Damian Priest has a match with Rey Mysterio. I believe the match ended up getting disqualified. Dominic attacks Rey Mysterio. Damian Priest is holding him on. He's just punching him. And then the God of the Fantasma comes out, and Dominic and Damian just run away. So that's that. I wonder if God of the Fantasma's gonna, if maybe Damian Priest or Rhea Ripley interfere. Maybe God of the Fantasma is gonna be there to help Rey Mysterio. We'll see what happens at WrestleMania. And then we have a bunch of guys backstage getting excited about being in the Andre the Battle Memorial Royal Rumble on SmackDown. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Johnny Gargano, all excited. Rick Boogs, Elias, Bobby Lashley at the end comes in, and so whatever. I think that was a way of like promoting the match on SmackDown. Don't miss SmackDown this Friday. We have the Andre the Battle Memorial Battle Royal. Oh my lord. And then we have Gunther, surprise Gunther at Raw this week. Gunther, man, has a match versus Dolph Ziggler, another squash match. I don't know why this even happened, especially with neither Sheamus or McIntyre being on Raw. I don't know why did Gunther get lost. Did he think this was SmackDown? I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know what was the point of having a match with Gunther and Ziggler. And then I think we get the main event, Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. Great match. Obviously, both guys undefeated. So you had to imagine either Cody Rhodes was going to win or it was going to be no disqualification. Obviously, they're not going to have Cody Rhodes win literally less than a week into WrestleMania. And I thought we were going to go with a no disqualification match. I thought that maybe both the Usos and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were going to interrupt it. But no. Freaking the Usos try to come down. They try to interrupt it. But then right after that, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come out. They just go brawling through the entire backstage. And then it leaves Cody Rhodes. Now, they did have Solo Sikoa kick out of the first Crossroads. And I think he did like 2 or 3 Cody Cutters. So they made Solo look tough by having him kick out of, I believe, 2 Cody Cutters, and then he kicked out of one of the Crossroads. So then he hits the second Crossroad. Solo Sikoa is going to go for the Samoan Spike. Cody counters, he kicks him, and he hits him with the second Cody the Crossroads, and that's how he wins the match. What a surprise. They what the fuck is going on, man? Jesus Christ, it took me out again, guys. I was surprised that they had I thought they were just gonna do the no disqualification. But I guess it's a way to for Cody to look super strong by beating the heavy hitter, right, of the bloodline, the undefeated Solo Sikoa. But great stuff, man. Again, like I said countless times about Monday Night Raw, the beginning, the 1 hour mark, the 2 hour mark, and then the main event. Everything else is just filler, and I'm sorry. Especially this week, man. Everything just completely a filler in. But there were some good parts in there. But yeah, man, I mean, the show was okay, I guess. The show, I just, some of the stuff like Gunther versus fucking, Gunther versus Dolph Ziggler has to be time filler. They don't know what to do. Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville, I guess, to qualify for the final, but whatever, nobody cares. But yeah, it was whatever. And that was it, right? That was pretty much the end of the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So it was, I guess, an okay little show. You know this is gonna happen. The last Monday Night Raw, the last Friday Night SmackDown of the year, they're not gonna be that great. Nobody's trying to get hurt. The fact that they had that guys like Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Rey Mysterio were veterans like this, were willing to wrestle last night is kind of, I guess, in a way, run of applause. They could have easily as well taken the night off, right? Especially fucking Seth Rollins versus Mustafa Ali. I say, no, thank you, man. I'll just do a promo and call it a night. So that at least they wrestle, you know, they perform for their fans. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I'm out. Holla. Holla, holla, holla.